Hey everyone, so I have another video which is 5 worst things about university. Being that I'm almost done university, I'm going to have some things I gotta complain about, the usual, yeah. I have a list written down of 5 worst things, and the thing that stood out to me, I know this company's probably going to hate me, but I don't care because I'm one of their passengers, but whatever, is Greyhound. Greyhound is terrible. They have terrible service. Like, honestly, I don't know how I put up with this for the past 5 years. Like, in first year, I took Coach Canada because it went to my city at a certain time, but now that I have lecture Friday past 5 o'clock, I cannot take that bus. So I'm stuck taking the Greyhound. So, one bad experience that really stood out to me at Greyhound, it was, I think it was Victoria Day weekend. It was Victoria Day weekend. And I wanted to go back home, obviously, because it's Victoria Day weekend, so we want to, like, celebrate, right? Waiting in line, there's this really long line outside the bus, and people wanted to go. So they went to several different cities. I'm not going to list off the cities because I give my location. But I give my ticket, and the bus driver's like, oh, I cannot take you then. And I'm like, why? He's like, because I don't know where that is. I'm like, what bus driver doesn't know where they're driving, and you're supposed to go to that destination? Like, all bus drivers should know where they're driving, right? Right. And then he told me, he's like, oh, I don't really know how to go there. So cities where he did not know where to go to, he literally made people line up in a separate line. And the people he did not go to was go to Toronto, because most buses go to Toronto anyway. So he's like, oh, I don't know how to go to Toronto. So it was so dumb, because what happened was Greyhound contracted another bus company to take some of their buses, because it was a long weekend, so they needed more buses because they know people are going to go home for the holidays. So they contracted a separate company, so that separate company was the one that's supposed to drive me to my hometown, but it didn't. They said in the beginning, oh, we can't drive you there because I don't know how to go. I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I've been waiting in line for like more than an hour, and you're telling me that you cannot drive me back home. And that was so frustrating, but eventually they did end up driving me home. However, one of the passengers had to tell him where to drive, which is like so stupid. It makes you feel so dumb. If you're a bus driver and you don't know where you're going, that's just ridiculous. And also another thing about Greyhound, I usually take the bus at night, and it goes from the States to Toronto. So when it goes across the border, there's always, like, traffic, because, I don't know, there's always stupid border traffic. And the bus would always come late. Like, at least, the longest I waited for the bus that was late was like, probably, like, half an hour. It was ridiculous. Their buses are always late, especially if they're coming from the U.S. to Canada. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how I put up with this, but, like, oh, they really need to stop that. One thing good about Greyhound, some of their buses have free Wi-Fi, which is amazing. I found out, I looked on the buses, like, free Wi-Fi. I'm like, that's awesome. I could go on my iPod Touch now. So, yes, that is the worst thing about being in university, when you have to take the bus back home and it's always being late. And the only issue I have is just Greyhound, because I don't take Coach Canada. Coach Canada is more reliable than Greyhound. And, yeah, whatever. Next one is exams. I don't know why profs do exams in the first place. When I'm talking about exams, I'm talking about final exams, like the one at the very end of this semester, and they expect you to remember everything you learned the past 4 months and test you on it for 3 hours. Longest exam I had was 4 hours, because we had to read a case and then we had to write a report about it, which is like so, it's just ridiculous. And having exams, the thing that I'm complaining the most about is having exams Saturday night from 7 to 10 o'clock at night. Like, Saturday, 7 to 10. My brain doesn't function at that time. How can you expect me to write an exam and want me to do whatever you're asking me to do? Like, come on, people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, next one is assignments. When I say assignments, I mean both individual and group assignments. Obviously, being individual, you can only put your own effort in it, but group assignments, you have to coordinate the whole entire group and make sure people can meet and make sure people hand their stuff on time, especially if you're the leader of the group. You got a problem, because if any member group does not submit their part in time to you, you're the one that's being in trouble, because you're putting the whole paper together, and you would not want to be that person who has to, I don't know, you just have to keep bothering people just to hand in their part, which is so annoying, and like, ugh. That's why I think between my 3rd and 4th year, I just stopped being a leader, because I could not stand having to ask people for their part, and it was just really annoying me, so I just was done with it. I was done. And number 4 is lectures. I'm not complaining too much about lectures. Like, I don't mind some of them, but some of them are just so brutal. Like, the prof, he would be like, ugh. I'm not going to say names of profs, because I don't want to, like, hurt them, whatever. But, there's this class I have on Tuesday nights, and it's the most boringest class of life. Like, thank God it's over, but it's one of those classes where you bring a laptop to every single class because you cannot even bother to pay attention to the prof because he's just so boring, and what he's talking about is just, like, ridiculous. So I bring my laptop to that class every time, and that's why I'm kind of, like, always constantly on it. And there's some classes that really huge lecture halls, and you see people on their BlackBerry or whatever all the time. It's so annoying, because, like, I'm trying to pay attention to the lecture, and all I hear is, like, people typing away on the BlackBerry, or just, like, having a light in front of your face, and just, like, oh my god. If you're gonna be in class, then at least pay attention, or do something that's, like, less distracting, because I'm trying to pay attention in this class. Especially if it's a big class, I would pay attention, because, like, I don't know. What else about lecture? Oh, yeah. Okay. Hopefully this girl does not watch my videos, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. In my human resource management class, there's this girl that, like, sits beside me, like, not beside me, but at the seat beside me, so she's, like, 2 seats away from me. And, okay, this is so annoying, because this is a small lecture. It's not, like, a big lecture hall. And I'm listening to the prof, I'm, like, listening all the way, and then all I hear is just, like, her typing on her BlackBerry. And it was so annoying, because, like, she would do it every single class, and it would just irritate the hell out of me. So what I did one day was I took a piece of paper, I wrote, "Can you please stop texting? I can hear you from where I'm sitting. Thanks." And I was about to write also, "Don't make me tell the prof." Because my prof, he hated when people texted. Like, he doesn't mind if you fall asleep in class, but he hates it when people text because people are just, like, down in their chairs, like, just texting. And he would just hate that. So, and the fact that she was doing it and he doesn't even know of it really pissed me off. So I just handed that sheet to her, so all it said was, "Can you please stop texting? I can hear you from where I'm sitting." So I told my friend to pass it to her, because my friend was here, and she was sitting over there. So I told her, "Can you pass it to her?" I'm like, okay. And she looked at it, and then she stopped texting for a bit, but know what she does now? Instead of typing on top of her desk, she brings her phone and types it underneath her desk. She's like, "Oh my god, I can still hear you. What the hell are you doing?" Like, this girl is just so annoying. Oh, I'm sorry. I hate it when people text during class. Like, the only time I text in class is if it's an emergency. Then I'll text, or I'll turn off my phone. I put my phone, I either turn off my phone, or I put it on silent. Because some people, oof. The last thing that's worse about university, number 5, making your own food. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I say this for a lot of university students, making your own food is such a pain. Unless you enjoy cooking. I do sometimes enjoy cooking depending on the day, but, like, I really do miss my mom's home-cooked food. Like, I cannot stand making my food all the time because I come home from work or I come home from school and I'm just like, oh my god, now I can make my own dinner, and just get really, really lazy. And that's when you start gaining weight. Like, I made pasta for the past month, and that's why I gained, like, 5 pounds. I'm not complaining about it now because people tell me, "Jen, you just stop complaining about your weight." I'm like, fine, I'll stop. Starting right now, I'm going to stop complaining about my weight. Basically, making your own food is really a pain, because it is a long process. You don't realize it until you actually make it. Like, I do make good food. Like, today I made, what did I make today? Oh yeah, I made fettuccine. Sorry, my lighting just changed. I have to just readjust it, because it just got way too bright and, like, flashed in my face. But, yeah, making your own food can be fun, cannot be fun, depending on what you're making. But I like to make complex food, because I like to have good food. So, yeah. That is my 5 worst things about university. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I might redo this, I might not. I keep on saying that. I said that for my 5 best too. That's because I feel like I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. But my biggest complaint about university is the Greyhound bus. I cannot wait to not take that bus ever again. So I don't wait for that stupid bus to be on time. So I want to be home, I want to be home. I don't want to be waiting for a stupid bus to take me home. Like, oh, sorry, I'm just really frustrated. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Wow, the lighting just changed. Ah! Oh my god. Okay, let me just change the settings. Okay. Like, I don't know what that word's called. Haggle? No. Interrogate? No. My throat's getting dry. Sorry, that was a really weird noise. I'm keeping this in here. Okay.